Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 7 of Endless Night Harderloper. We've done the big 3. Black Rock, Ash Canyon, and Timberwolf Summit are all done. And we even found the Spelunker's Lantern in a cave by Eric's Falls in the northeastern section of Timberwolf Mountain. Now we're going to be setting our sights on relocation to Coastal Highway. It's important that we're there so that we can barter with the trader anytime we need for more matches, etc., right? And I am going to have to bring the carpenter tools. I forgot. If I want to make the salt curing box for meat and create travel rations, then it's, it's the best thing we can do. So I'm going to have to we're already vastly over encumbered for the trip, but I can bring it, right? We'll figure it out. Even if we're a little slow. Let's hop in. I'll get chat ready. Good boy, Weasley. Good boy. Yeah, that's a good boy. Good morning, gamer fam. It's good to see you again. How are you doing today? 54.61. Ugh, very over encumbered, but of course, as we eat some of this meat while we're traveling, we won't be as encumbered afterward. We have all of our herbal teas. I believe we have all of our birch bark teas as well. I am too encumbered to sprint, which is an issue. But, I mean, I can barely sprint anyway because of the bearskin jacket that we're wearing. Maybe. Well, that way I'll have more weight to carry if I do that. Not that much more weight, though. It would give us more sprint meter. Only 12%, but that's still something, right? I don't know. Let's try to shed a little bit more weight just so I can move comfortably. Like sprint, and then we'll determine... drop those. Not the best sprint meter ever, but it is a sprint meter, like we have something, right? If I wear that, then yes, we're lighter, but we have like no sprint. It's a hard choice either way. I think I'll just go like this, the way that we currently are. But we have the carpentry tools. We can take them. I guess let's just head out now. There's no sense in hesitating or anything. Good morning, Mary. Happy to see you. Hope you're doing well. How's your day going so far? Yeah, we're pretty much well packed. Okay. Holy shit. Right. We do have quite a scent rating right now. And I'm very slow. Well, I hit it. We didn't kill it, but, and he's probably gonna get away with one of our arrows, but I can't do anything about that. We tried to bring him down, it just wasn't successful. Oh, shit. Okay, I do have bandages. Let's sprain that, so I can take my bow out. Well, we at least got him. Okay. You know what? I'll be a little bit faster if I use the travois. Strange, there's a lot of sound effects that we're not getting here. Alright, let's go. 6 more hours, and then you're off for the weekend. Sounds good, sister. Sounds good. I'm quitting cigarettes. Today's the 4th. On the 7th, my mom goes to the cottage, and that's when I'm going to start drying out. So life's going to be a lot harder, but I'll have 5 days. 5 days to dry out. Hopefully by the end of that time, the cravings will be subsided enough where I can handle it the rest of the way. I don't really feel like I need that birch sapling right there. We'll just pass it up. Definitely having some audio glitches here. I haven't been hearing wolves growling or anything. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it has to do with the Aurora. Hello, Skylar. Good to see you. How's your Friday going, huh? I'm thinking we might be able to leave a whole bunch of stuff behind at the Pleasant Valley farmstead when we get there. It is kind of our most centralized base location. We never did search Broken Railroad, so we'll search that before we do the Far Territories, but we have to do Coastal Highway long before then. We'll settle down in Coastal Highway for a little bit, gather, get our bearings straight, try to acquire a moosehide cloak for travel. We'll leave our bearskin jacket behind as well in Coastal Highway. But we get to benefit from having the bearskin jacket while we're in Pleasant Valley. If we need to gather fire fuel or anything, the bearskin jacket is the best way to acquire it without freezing too much. Not too shabby. Glad to hear it. I was very tempted to play Monster Hunter today. That new update dropped, so there's several new quests and hunts and a couple new monsters, But I think I'll put it off a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll wait until they're coming out with an arch-tempered Ray Dow. And when they do that, we're going to hop back into the game, grind out all the new content, try to upgrade our armor some more. Yeah. All right, we've left Timberwolf. There we go. Okay, the sounds are working properly again. I'll bet that now we would hear it if we picked up a stick or if a wolf was growling. We couldn't hear it before, but now it seems fixed. Must be because I logged in during an Aurora. Maybe it's just like a residual audio bug, but it's dealt with now. Now, I don't know if I can billy goat down here. I've tried several times. It usually results in significant injury. I can take another look and see if I think there's a path I can take, but, I mean, we'll see. The thing is, if I do want to take everything down, it's going to take multiple rope climbs. So let's, grab everything out of the travois, collect the travois itself. You know what? Yeah, I can billy goat down here, I think. Let's go over here. Oh my god. Okay, so really this isn't that hard of a... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I never get down there without suffering at least some injury, but I guess that wasn't so bad. Anyway, we can rest here now. I've been dreading this, it's moving day. Moving day is never easy. Alright, cured birch sapling. Alright, let's get some sleep. I should drop my bear meat outside, though, so that it doesn't lose too much condition. Now I'll have a brief 5-hour nap. I wonder what's wrong with YouTube lately. I've noticed some very glitchy things happening. Like, whenever I mouse over a video on the YouTube homepage, you know how it plays the preview for you? Well, it hasn't been playing the preview. It would start and then stop and reset. And I noticed my chat doesn't... The chat updates, thankfully, but the amount of people in chat doesn't. It's telling me there's one person in chat right now, which I know isn't true. And the same was happening yesterday pretty much all day, and the only way I could get an update for how many people were in chat was by essentially closing the game, or sorry, closing the chat and reopening it. It would kind of update the amount of people that it was displaying. Hey, Weasley, good boy. Yeah. Alright, I don't exactly want to leave yet. Not right now. Oh, right. I left my hacksaw behind. I didn't think we needed it anymore, but I kind of spaced and forgot about the acquisition of metal. Indeed, indeed. Well, maybe, hang on. Maybe I could take one more trip back there just to grab the hacksaw. So let's deposit a whole bunch of heavy stuff. We'll drop our meat outside. This locker will be the temporary deposit locker. You've been having the same issues, eh? Okay, so it's definitely like a platform-wide thing. Maybe they had an update and it broke a couple things or something. Yeah, we gotta lighten our inventory load a little bit. I'll take 2 Birch Bark Teas with us over there, and we'll deposit the vast majority of our herbal teas, too. And then we can drop a lot of the bear meat on the ground. I'll take maybe 1 steak with us just to make sure we have enough. Deposit those. I'd say we're good now. Also the burdock. Alright. So I still have 1 more bear steak. Oh, right. And I unequipped the bear jacket. I should deposit it, actually. Oh, okay. It is deposited. All right, we're good. Yeah, time to go. We'll go over there, grab the hacksaw, and then come back. I completely forgot that we need the hacksaw to harvest scrap metal, so it's not an optional tool, and you can't just replace it with the hatchet. Alright. We don't need to... Oh, hang on. Yeah, let's equip the crampons, make this a little easier on me. We'll use a coffee maybe on the way back down, but even then, I might just not use the coffee. It sucks that we have to go back for the hacksaw, but at least I noticed that now instead of later. And once we get to Coastal Highway, I won't have to remain as encumbered. A beautiful part about Coastal Highway is not only can you get more matches from the trader, but you can also get your hands on additional salt for curing meat. And there's fishing. So you have everything you need in that one region for long-term survival. Even in a world where there's no sunlight and you can't use mag lenses or anything, you can survive indefinitely there. You can beachcomb, in that region and several neighboring regions for maple saplings, birch saplings, everything like that, you know. Everything you might need over the long, long term. Anyway, we're already freezing, so I'm gonna remove the wolfskin jacket. That way, I'll have more stamina for sprinting. 15% more, or like 12% more or something. Once you're already freezing, you know, at that point, the jacket's only use is protecting you against a struggle, you know? So if you want to cover more ground, you can just sort of remove it. Man, I was tempted to play so many things today. Like, I was dreading the move to Coastal Highway. That's why I figured I'd get it out of the way, you know? We'll get situated there, search the region, probably do some fishing, prepare some vitamin C. I also really want to keep playing Schedule 1. That's a thing now. That game is it rapidly became one of my favorites, you know? Monster Hunter obviously had that update. I checked today to see if I could opt into like some sort of early release for the Storms Brewing update for streamers for 7 Days to Die, but there isn't one. They're just universally releasing it in experimental on the 15th for everyone. So I can't really get like an early access to that because I'm a streamer. I'm gonna close this blind here. It'll help me with visibility while traveling. Maybe I'll even end up finding that wolf that I lost an arrow in very recently. Maybe. This one we already got the arrow from. There's a wolf laying on the ice out there. Anyway, let's grab the hacksaw. Okay. And let me check something here. Long dark stashes. Let's take a look here. Farmstead. There is a cooking pot over there, but there is not, it looks like, a skillet. Unless I forgot to mark it, but maybe it would be wise if I brought a skillet too. Because we have so many here, right? So I'll update the document to reflect that. Oh, we lost a little bit of frames here, didn't we? Okay. Timberwolf Mountain. I no longer have the woodworking tools here. I took those. 2 skillets. Okay. All right. It sucks, but if I want to get that arrow back, I'll have to fight other wolves, most likely. And we may end up losing more, but we'll still give it a shot. Maybe I can Drop that. Got him. We need the archery experience anyhow. Gotta get level 5, right? I might be able to reach that carcass without engaging. Is that a timber wolf? Yeah, it is. Didn't get an arrow from it. It's not the wolf that we put an arrow in before. I guess that one's just in the wind. We're not going to worry too much, though, about recovering 1 arrow. I can always get more. Hello, Zuzana. Yeah, Schedule 1 is 10 tons of fun, isn't it? It took me by storm, man. I had no idea. Bless Glock9 for putting that game on my radar. Him and Asmongold. All right, now. I left that piece of bear meat out there. We're not going to rest yet. Not until we get back to the abandoned Prepper's Cache. At least that way we'll be able to get 10 hours of rest, right? As long as we have the hacksaw and the skillet, I'm good. I feel like we have everything that's really important. There's another wolf right there. Is that a campfire or a wolf carcass? Hang on. Okay. Well, we got an arrow back from that timber wolf, and that might be a wolf carcass over there, which would yield another recovered arrow, which is pretty great, given that we're leaving here and probably not coming back. Yep, there's an arrow. Okay, we managed to recover a few arrows before leaving. That's good news. Oh. Yeah, good Weasley. Oh my goodness. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. Oh. What a good boy. Good boy. Oh, yeah. He's holding my hand and licking it. Here, buddy. Let me get this stuff out of your claw here. Good boy. It's pretty deeply in there. He uses the doormat at the front door as like a scratching post type thing, but he always gets this black fiber that's stuck in his claws. Good boy. Good boy. We'll get it later, hey? As long as it's not causing you discomfort now. You're a good boy. Yeah. We did some Czech studying today. I learned how to say I am, you are, He, she, it is, you know? I am is Yayisem. And you are is te te it's not Yasem, I know that. Te Yase, I think. Yeah. And then Onya is, or Onye is he is. Onaye is she is. And Onoye is it is. Onoye homosexual. Alright, let's climb down the rope. Probably can't unequip the moose hide, right? No. We're gonna have to keep that on. But at least we'll be able to get 10 hours of rest when we get down there. Te you see. Yes. Alright, we're back. Let's grab everything that we deposited in here. Move all to inventory. We're now restocked on everything that we had left behind. Put the bear jacket on the outside, wolf jacket on the inside. And then we gotta pick up the meat. But now let's get some rest. And I think I'll use up one of these herbal teas. Indeed, Zuzi. And whenever you're done, you come chill, okay? Alright. Well, we could not have better visibility from moving to the farmstead right now. But we are still gonna have to deal with the overarching issue of an Aurora. I can take shelter at Skeeter's Ridge to warm up. And then we can take shelter again at the cabin at the bottom of the cliff. Alright. If I unequip that, I can't even sprint at all. There we go. Alright, I swapped out the bear jacket for the Mackinaw. So now I can actually, like, sprint a little more now that we're already freezing. Got it. Holy shit! Holy fuck, there's a moose right there by Skeeter's Ridge. Oh no. This isn't good. Broken ribs, guys. I just got broken ribs. Fuck. I should have tried to start a fire like right away, but... Oh my god. It's weird how he saw me through the... Holy fuck. Alright, you know what? Well, now that I have broken fucking ribs... Well, we killed the fucking thing. I guess that's my moose hide satchel taken care of, but man, that sucks. Broken ribs. Okay. How many painkillers do I have over at the farmstead? I have, okay, I should have enough painkillers to treat it. Let's warm up. Prepare a hot drink. Now let's get that hide. I wonder if I can even use the travois right now. I feel like I could try to get some guts, but I don't think I will. No, it's just, yeah, okay. Time for this herbal tea. Another hot drink. We got the moose hide. He's out of our way. And I need a new torch. Literally had to use my torch just to start the fire. I just got broken ribs, Zeus.
Yeah, I heard, but at least you're alive.
I am alive. Such as it is. Anyway, the travois is definitely going to be important for the rest of the journey. If I can even use it with broken ribs. I'm not sure that I can. Get out of here, you fucking rat bastard. Okay, got my arrow back. God damn it. All right, you know what? We'll do this your way. I'll get you out of the way. Come on. Was it worth it? Now. Heavy stuff. Alright, I should be able to at least move faster now, up until the point where we get to the cliff. I'm just glad I can still use this even if I have broken ribs. Alright? And it's not too cold right now.
I fixed it.
You just coiled a lot of electrical tape around it?
Yeah.
Well, whatever works. I mean, reinforce it, yeah.
At least until the new... it should function.
Yeah.
Because I was experiencing sound distortion yesterday because of the exposed wires.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm ambivalent about whether or not I should even stop. Right now, we are suitably warm. We could keep moving. Technically, use the travois, walk along the river, try to get to the farmstead. Although the wind did just go directly against us, so I think... Yeah, we'll get inside. Hello, Simon. Oh yeah, we're getting her a new pair of headphones. Yeah, a new headset. All right. Whether or not we leave right now really just depends on the wind. Wind is okay. Wind against us is not. I think I might be able to work with the current trajectory of the wind, but we need to use the travois. Let's go. Yeah, Simon, I got broken ribs, buddy. We got moosed. We got the moose treatment. We're gonna have to spend some time recovering at the farmstead before we can head out. It'll give us time to start curing the moose hide that we got anyway. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday, Simon. How are you doing today? I tell you, that wildlife switch up, I never see mooses coming anymore. Ever. Like, they're always in places I don't expect to see them. Well, I'm glad to have you here, buddy, and I hope that your shift flies by today. Okay, we now turn left right here, and this river should take us all the way to the farmstead. Started at 8, finished at 10. Jesus Christ. I at least hope that the money is good. Are you getting any overtime pay? We'll be at the farmstead soon. I hope the painkillers that we left there haven't expired. We gotta treat these ribs. Been a long time since we've been back here. All right, no longer freezing at least. Let's seek medication. Oh, 9% on those painkillers. Thank you. Good. All right, the broken ribs are treated, but we're gonna need we're gonna need like 84 hours for these to heal. I don't know if that's 84 hours of sleep or just 84 hours in general, but we'll find out. That was brutal, though. Anyway, let's drop the moose hide. I have a feeling we're gonna be here for a while. All right, our inventory load is lightened. I could make more arrows while I'm here, really stock up for the future, so we have 3 wires and 3 fuses here now. It looks like we did have a skillet here. Oh, man. Okay. Much to my dismay, I am going to have to try to do some hunting and secure a food stockpile here, because we got a few days that we got to stay here. Got a sprained wrist. Okay, now I can get 6 hours of sleep, use that herbal tea. We won't have a sprained wrist anymore, and I won't have to use a bandage to get rid of it. I feel like anybody working 14-hour days should be a king. Like, should just have fucking all the comfort, luxury, and royalty in the world. It's fucking ridiculous that the world we live in is one where you work 14 hours just to survive. They call that slavery in other places of the world. But it's the case for so many fucking people. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I may as well make sure that I have a scent rating of some sort. We need to attract predators to our location. And there are some predators. Well, I got him. Wow, he runs? Well, that's annoying. All right. Okay, that's another. Two days a week and then you get 4 days off. That's okay. That seems more reasonable. Indeed, buddy. All right, that sounds more fair. That sounds better. Definitely don't like harvesting that stuff in a blizzard. Anyway, broken ribs, 74 of 84 hours. So I don't think it's related to the amount of hours you slept. I just literally need to... It's going to take 80 hours, and then the broken ribs will be gone. Now, if I am going to be harvesting these guys like this, I should be wearing the bear skin. Does food disappear if it's quartered? Yeah, they do despawn. In order to make it so they don't despawn, you have to harvest the quarters. But that's where the travois really comes in handy, because you can usually travois the meat back to base and then harvest it all in one go. Or if you have a, you know, like a fire and the wind doesn't blow it out, you could get a lot of quartering done pretty quickly. Like harvest the sacks. We're going to be working on these wolves for quite a while in weather like this. But at least it helps us to pass the time and prepare some food, get our ribs healed. Definitely collecting all the feathers I can. We have 10 arrow shafts and 10 arrow heads here. We left them here a long time ago. I can't harvest it. The wind changed direction. If it wouldn't have changed direction, we would have been fine, but... Sounds like the blizzard is finally ending. We couldn't have more water prepared here. I think we have like 40 liters or something like that. So we'll be okay on that front. Now we just got to get the hides off of each wolf. Yeah, the wind always changes direction. I don't think I'm going to manage to get their hides while windproof. I'll just have to bite the bullet and take the freeze damage, even though we're already missing some health. Okay. That was lucky. Okay. Take some water out of the freezer. I'm gonna put all of my hides and guts on the patio. We got another 67 hours left on these broken ribs. I need to have a maximized scent rating, try to attract predators to this location, for ease of hunting. And let's try to get some fire fuel while we're waiting for them to gravitate. Well, there's a bear over there, and if I can hunt that, we'll be good on food for a long time. Oh, shit. Well, I really liked the visibility the way it was before. Don't know how I feel about this. Can't even see it now. I think that's it over there. The one thing that really sucks about the farmstead is the complete and utter abject lack of sticks. There's like no fire fuel here. Anyway, I could live off the animal fat for a couple days if I had to. We just need to use antibiotics to deal with it. Let's warm up. Glorious weather. I guess I'll finish that birch tea. Hello, Potato Chip. It's good to see you, buddy. Hey, don't sweat it. I'm happy to see you now. When you have the time, you should check out this game that we've been playing called Schedule 1. It is so fucking fun, dude. So fun. I'm tempted to play more of it today, in fact. Probably gonna play it after I'm done with the Long Dark for the day. It is an extraordinarily fun game. I love how the visibility is always bad. I didn't realize before, like in all of my other series, I never realized it, but flurries always happen at night. So when you play an Endless Night, you realize that the weather is majority flurries. I never noticed it because I never played Endless Night before, you know? Damn, not enough wolves to hunt here. I mean, we got 2, which is good, but I was hoping for far more. Where's the 5-wolf farmstead that I remember from the past, you know? Oh, it's only on Steam right now, unfortunately, but holy shit, it's kind of a low-demand graphics game. If you had like a $200 gaming laptop, it could probably run it quite well. It is extremely fun. You're basically a drug dealer. Yeah, we're down to our last fucking kilogram of bear meat. This sucks. There's fuck all to hunt around here. But let's go get some sleep. We need 10 hours of rest now. Okay. We'll sleep the night away, get some health back, and try to hunt first thing in the night. You know, because it's not like it's gonna be morning. Never any daylight. I wonder what flavor of flurries we'll get tomorrow. Let's drink an herbal tea to get more healing. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Breaking Bad, the game. Alright, it sounds like the wind has at least settled down outside. But this is our last fucking piece of bear meat. I'm kind of dreading that. I can, like I said though, if I have to, live off of animal fat and just treat it with antibiotics if I get food poisoning. Our broken ribs still have another 51 hours before they're healed. Anyway, how am I doing on fire fuel here? I have 9 reclaimed wood and 3 books along with some coal. Let's grab everything stinky in the hopes that I could potentially attract the bear to our location for easy hunting. Anyway, I need to find some fire fuel, so... The only place I know where I can get some sticks is over here in the woods near where the bear is. Might be able to snag a couple of rabbits, too. There's one. I think I heard the bear. Yeah, he's there. Oh, oh, buddy, that was so close. I was actually worried he was getting us there, chat. Anyway, he's bleeding out. We've done some damage. That was nuts. I almost got mauled. A bear and a moose in half an hour. Wouldn't that have been fun? Well, we got it. We got meat for days now, but I still gotta quarter and harvest the carcass. Anyway, let's set our sights on doing that. I can't sprint because of my broken ribs. That's how he almost got us, right? It was ballsy for me to take that second shot. It was not safe. All right, let's try to quarter it. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow our fire out. All right, I'm happy to say we got it harvested. Now, we are gonna cook some of this wolf meat while we start harvesting those quarters, and hopefully the fire lasts for a decent length of time. All right. Grab the feathers, definitely need them. I'm worried that the weather is making a turn for the worse now. But there is a fire barrel near the farmstead. We got some more fuel so we can continue working. If the fire doesn't blow out, we can keep on cooking and all that, you know? That second shot probably did pay off, yeah. All right. Oh, Turkish coffee is really dope, eh? Yeah, it's strong and it's simple, you know? And the best part about it is that you can maintain a fast while you're drinking Turkish coffee as long as it's just black coffee. Once you add cream or sugar, it kind of ruins your ability to keep up fasting and getting the health benefits of fasting. Black coffee it suppresses your appetite too, which makes it easier to commit to fasting. Great combination. Fasting and black coffee go together like mac and cheese. All right, let's put more on the grill. the grill, he says. Anyway, we're gonna have to get more fire fuel now, but let's eat first. There are plenty of branches over there. So far, the weather has been amenable to continued harvest and cooking, but it's not likely to remain that way for a long time. I'll try to kill that rabbit over there. I'm not archery 5 yet, so I can't crouch while I shoot it. Shit. Well, at least they went toward the fire. Small blessings. Got it. We'll get another one after. For now, I'm about to freeze. I want to get back to the fire so we minimize our health loss. All right. Oh shit, there it goes. All right, now we have to take all this stuff in the travois back to the farmstead. It's gonna be a heavy-ass travois, but it's a hell of a lot better than taking it in multiple trips very slowly. I'd rather take it in one trip very slowly, right? Let's make sure I'm not leaving anything behind on the ground that eludes my detection in the dark. I mean, we look fine. Okay. All right, let's go. I'll come back for those other rabbits after a certain point. Elwind, chat, Elwind.
Aw, hello, Weasley. Good boy.
Yay, nothing like a storm and the risk of a power outage. Hello, Mary. Hell yeah. Oh.
Oh, what a good boy. Yeah.
Anyway, getting that bear has provided us with some semblance of food security. We should be fine at this point. Now, okay. cooked meat right here. Grab one of these. We already have the travois collected. Let's head inside and start quartering. Drop the guts. And the bear hide we will drop in this back corner right here. So we got a bear hide, 2 wolf pelts, and a moose hide in here, and we're also gonna have a rabbit pelt very shortly. But let's currently, right now, just drop the rabbit outside. It'll keep better out there than it will in here. And I can continue harvesting these quarters. Alrighty. Not much left to harvest, but we are going to need more fire fuel if we're going to cook all this stuff. There might still be some harvestable wooden objects in the basement that I could get. That's it. I'll grab the rabbit too. God damn, tornadoes and storms. Jesus. Government's putting HARP on overdrive. Ugh. Alright, with the quarters and the rabbit harvested, we can set our sights on cooking all the meat that we got. And then we can just wait out the clock while we heal from our broken ribs from our old moose encounter, and eventually, this'll end with us making our moose hide cloak, and then we won't need the wolf skin jacket anymore. All right. Now, it is at least possible that I could harvest some cedar and fir limbs over there where we hunted the rabbit. Wait, what's this? Oh, okay, it went underneath it. Let's drop the rabbit pelt right here, and then the moose pelt right here. Followed by the gut. Followed by the pound key. Let's go grab a little more water and deposit the painkillers. We don't need those in our inventory. Our broken ribs are treated. Okay. Don't need all those on me right now. Grab that. We're gonna need it if we're gonna be harvesting wood. Okay. Three liters should do for now. Let's load up on cooked meat. Took a little lunch. 41 kilograms carried, eh? Well, we'll be fine. I'm gonna try to harvest some wood out near the barn. And we can try to hunt those other rabbits too while we're there. Oh, better take a drink.
Yeah, good boy, Weasley. Good boy.
We'll wait till the weather clears up. Well, that ain't exactly better weather, is it? But let's just move over there for now. At least if I'm already over there, I can harvest whenever we have a chance. Once the weather settles.
Oh, good boy.
Hey, oh my god, Mary, you hit the holy grail. Oh, wait till old fart sees this. You just shot around in pitch dark and hit the bullseye is what you did. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you very much. Bless you. And right on, old fart's gonna be pleased to see that he's not locked out of gifteds. We got him. We got him, boys. Let's pack up and go home. Hell yeah. Oh, that's a monumentous occasion right there. Or a momentous occasion. Amazing. We finally got it. Alright, there's the barn up there. There should be some cedar and fir limbs around that barn that I can try to harvest. Obviously, it's going to be cold and we will have to trade some health, but it's our best way to get a lot of fire fuel for minimal work and time. She's definitely one of the strongest supporters on the channel, financially speaking, yeah. Oh, definitely. I feel like she makes this channel go from wages to salary. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Can I harvest this? No, I would need light in order to harvest that. All right, let's pass some time. Warm up in the barn. I can't do anything while the blizzard rages. I don't see anything I could harvest in the meantime. Not without light. Maybe I can go outside and get some sticks during the blizzard at least. Yeah, I honestly don't know what I would do without Mary. Like the income earnings for the channel would be so much less. I'm hoping one day I'll get like a wealthy Saudi Arabian oil executive who's like, he just shows up, like makes it like, here's $2,000. I enjoy your content, my good sir. You know, just like some wealthy Saudi Arabian oil CEO or something. All right, we got a lot of loose sticks over here that I can gather. Let's head back to the barn and warm up. I appreciate that, Mary. I appreciate it very much. You've already hoarded all the craft supplies you can. Your eaves and attic are full. Boxes in the basement, all that fabric and stuff. All right, let's warm up. I don't want to sleep until I can get a 10-hour rest. We can't skimp on that. I need to be able to restore my health to some significant degree. At least as significant as the degree can be in Endless Night here. Well, no loose sticks around here. Let's check behind the barn at the top of this hill. Good morning, JJ. Welcome, buddy. It's good to see you. How are you doing? And hey, plenty of you, AKA, like plenty of you quote-unquote poor people show plenty of love and support. Honestly, like there's plenty of people where they have the membership every month. Even the people who just tune in to watch and generate ad revenue, it all culminates, right? It all culminates in the overall. There's a quote from Dragon Ball that I really like. Chi-Chi says it. She says, there are no small heroes, only sidekicks. Right? It's like everybody's involved. Everybody plays their part in the whole. There aren't that many more loose sticks, but I do see some branches that we could harvest. Limbs and branches. Indeed, Mary. Still holding out for that Saudi Arabian oil exec, though. Like, straight up. I gotta get in contact with like a cartel. Maybe they'll launder their money in my channel or something. Like they donate it to the channel and then I give it back to them. Except they let me keep a cut for using my channel as the laundering operation. That'd be sick. That'd be lucrative. I mean, and abhorrent. I would never. But still, you know. Anyway, I think that's all the loose sticks that we're gonna find around here. Pretty much our only option at this point is to wait out the blizzard and wait for it to end. All right, I think I can get 10 hours of sleep now. Let's eat up. FBI is taking note. The FBI is like, hey, that's a good idea. We gotta call the CIA and tell them about this. We can launder our money. We won't need USAID programs anymore. Oh. Well, I could use this opportunity to harvest some planks or something. There is light in here, so let's just use our hammer and harvest whatever we can that'll provide reclaimed wood. We need fire fuel. We're getting fire fuel, right? Anyway, while we have light, I'll go back up here. I couldn't really see in the dark last time we came up. And once I'm confident that I've looted everything important, maybe we can harvest some of these planks, which serve as the walkway, and get more reclaimed wood before this Aurora is over. Alright, so we got a dead man right here. There's no rabbit skin hat up here this time. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I gotta go back up there, unfortunately. I wasn't expecting to fall through the floor. Must have been like a hatch that I didn't see. At least it seems like you can walk through a lot of this. You don't have to crouch through the whole thing. You can kind of get up in little segments. Makes it a little bit faster, you know? Oh, that's what's happening. I falsely assumed that I could walk across that plank, but the plank is transparent when you step on it right there. You fall through the hatch whether the plank is there or not. So at least now that I know that, I can avoid making the same mistake again. I'll go around it. And hopefully this Aurora lasts a good long time and I can harvest a lot of these. Alright, let's go around this time. Now we're going to work our way backwards, harvesting all the planks as we go. Skylar White, yo. Yeah. In your 30-minute long dreams. Yeah, man, I felt that. That's funny. Me and Zuzi, sleep is probably the greatest struggle in our lives. I mean, my mom, she's a nurse, right? So she always has, like, she works 7 to 7. Either 7 in the morning until 7 at night, or from 7 at night till 7 in the morning. So every single morning at 7 when she works, we're pretty much, like, she's a very, I don't want to say inconsiderate, because she's given us a lot in life. She's sacrificed for us, she's bled for us, but she is, shall we say, boisterous, right? She doesn't try... Well, it's twofold. One, she doesn't try too hard to be quiet. She tries a little, right? But not like too hard. And the other thing is that our house is very old and creaky. It's part of the reason why Zuzi and I are so excited to move to Czech, is so we can get the hell out of here and sleep better, you know, sleep more soundly. All right. It didn't used to be a problem when we lived in Apple River, but you know, when Mom moved here, we had to move here. Apple River was nice. We really miss it. It was a spacious house, very big. Anyway, we got all of the planks in here for a total of 33 reclaimed wood. And that's marvelous. Our broken ribs have another 34 hours before they're mended. Well, I can't get that fur limb without freezing my tits off in the wind. Maybe we'll try one of the nearby cedars instead. No, my mom's not going with us, no. Me and Zuzi are moving out. Yeah. Starting our own life in our own home. Yeah, still broken ribs from the moose attack. Okay, the wind is gone. Let's try to get this fir limb, because that's the highest value firewood you can get in terms of duration. Oh yeah, that's freeze damage, but it's worth it. We got 3 fir firewood. All right, let's eat up. Warm up. And try to get even more fire fuel. It is still really windy. How much for a windy, Wendy? Anyway, you know what? We have a lot of fire fuel. I wasn't expecting to get all that reclaimed wood, so we're just gonna go home. I can use the fire barrel over there to cook all the meat that we have. The fire will get a duration bonus from how cold it is, and it can't be blown out by the wind because it's inside the barrel. So we'll have a lot of food prepared, and we can hunker down for the remaining 34 hours in this region. Besides, we need to kill a little time anyway. This is where we have the most sewing kits and whetstones in the entire world. We have a good stockpile of both here. So I'm gonna make that moose hide cloak, and then we're gonna head out. We're gonna go to Coastal Highway. All right, you take care for now, Bandit. Thank you for stopping by today. It was good to see you again. You take care of yourself until next we see you, all right? Since the wolf is approaching from that angle, I might have a unique opportunity here. I could kill him right in front of the door so that I can technically harvest him from inside. Maybe. We'll see. With this obstacle in the way, it's unlikely. He's probably going to run at me at an angle. But we'll try. Fuck. Whoa, no way. I killed him? I guess I didn't think that arrow hit. I thought I missed. Dope. That couldn't turned out any better. That was fabulous. All right. Oh yeah, lots of fire fuel now. Let's warm up and then get cooking. Now, I could just use the 6-slot stove here for cooking the meat. I could. But then I'm racking up extra cabin fever risk. So that's why we're going to be cooking outside instead of inside. But first, we got to harvest all of this wolf here. Moose hide is only 33% cured. We may want to end up just taking that with us to Coastal Highway so we can finish crafting the jacket there. I'm probably going to base up at the fishing cabins. It's far from ideal, because as far as I know, the radio for contacting the trader is actually in the Quonset. But at least at the fishing cabins, I have an outdoor workbench, so I could do some crafting work even during Endless Night without needing fire fuel. But I mean, I don't know. I'm ambivalent about it because the thing is, you do need to. There is a workbench inside the Quonset, so worst case scenario, I don't know what the range of light is around the fire barrel. It might be that the fire barrel's too far away from the workbench for me to work there while it's burning, but if that was the case, I could rebuild the workbench closer to the fire barrel, right? I'm still waiting for them to release an update where you can move the fire barrel. I feel like that's sick and we need that, you know? Wolves and bears are full of parasites. Yeah, you know what? Me and Zuzi have kind of learned a little bit about parasites lately because our cat Theo has worms. Just because it's almost been like, well, he's supposed to have his worm treatment medication very soon. Like it's like a beginning of spring thing, right? But we didn't get to it, and he actually has worms. And people can get worms from animals. And the way it works apparently is that fleas carry eggs of worms. And so let's say there's a mouse and that mouse has fleas. Those fleas have the worm eggs. So when the cat kills the mouse and eats it, it ingests the fleas with the eggs for the worms, you know? So if I was to kill and ingest improperly cooked wolf meat, then I could end up eating some of those fleas or something. But you shouldn't be able to get parasites from just eating cooked meat in real life. Like once you cook it, you kill the bacteria, you kill the parasites apparently. So it's kind of like it's a logical inconsistency for the sake of game balance, which I guess kind of makes sense, right? Like they needed to design it in that way so that mechanically it could function, but it is a deviation from how it really works in reality. We're gonna freeze a little bit while we get this hide, but at least then it'll be done. Oh, freezing it also gets rid of parasites? See, that's interesting. I didn't even know that. Yeah, they had to take some liberties in order to keep the game mechanics, like, interesting, and which I totally get. I'm not really... Yeah, I expect it, you know. It's kind of like how in 7 Days to Die, you can just drink dirty water forever, and the worst you'll ever get is a slight increase on your water and food consumption rate. I'm hoping the weather settles down in a second. All right, now let's head out there. I need to grab a book for starting the fire without failing. Now we need to load up the travois with all this meat and bring it over there to the fire barrel. We didn't have the travois last time we had to do all this. This time it'll be a lot easier. Okay, let's take it over to the fire barrel. I should go around this way, make sure I don't get caught on the benches. Now we just drop the meat right here. And now... Fire starter, fire striker, and book. I'm not going to want to sit out here in my clothing or else it'll rip apart my clothing. But what I can do, funnily enough, is I can increase the fire barrel temperature and then take my clothes off so they don't get damaged. It's kind of stupid, but it's, you know, when you stand in strong winds, it actually rips apart your clothing. God damn, I keep finding the small pieces of bear meat instead of the big ones. I'm gonna go grab another piece of coal to throw in there. That way I can take my clothing off and not suffer the consequences. I need more water as well. It is really stupid, I grant you guys that, but this way my clothing won't get ruined. So I'll sit here naked in front of the fire barrel and we'll be fine. It's another one of those weird gamey things that only makes sense from the perspective of like the video game, but in real life wouldn't fly. Anyway, we're gonna greatly mitigate the buildup of cabin fever risk while doing this, which will be a nice benefit. This is a great way to get the Blizzard Walker achievement, actually. If you guys want the... You know how there's a feat that you can equip when starting a new game where you walk faster against the wind? It's Blizzard Walker, and if you want to get that, this is the best way to do it. Load up a fire barrel with a bunch of fuel during a blizzard and just sit there. And fun fact, it also counts if you're in a shallow cave. How are you doing today, Scott? All right, we're now tired, but we're still gonna keep cooking all this. In fact, I'm gonna just drink a coffee. Oh my god. Get out of here. Yeah, I'll drink a coffee. We have 3 tins of coffee here at the farmstead, so it's like, whatever, right? If I can stop my health from bleeding right now, then I should. We barely used any of our fuel, too. That's the beautiful thing. The blizzard, being as cold as it was, boosted the fuel quite a bit, and we were able to get the most out of it. Now I'll finish this coffee because we only had 14 calories of it left. It's tiny, but still might stop some health loss for a second. Okay, all the meat is... Oh, shit. Oh, no, I let it go out. Okay, well... First things first, I need to immediately get my vest on and my jackets. Because a wolf could attack me now, you know? I do stink in a way. Yeah, see? Later. Alright. Travois. Placed. Meat. Welcome back, Mary. All right, let's get this stuff over to the base. I'm curious to see just how much of the broken ribs have left to heal. All right, now remove the raw wolf meat, drop it over here, and then dump everything else on the ground. It'll be well refrigerated. Let's take a couple pieces of bear meat, head inside, and go to sleep. And we should be touching something approximating near full health. Hello, Aaron. Happy to see you. I hope you're having a good Friday today. All right, let's get some sleep. Big thunder shaking your house. Hopefully your electricity doesn't go out. All right, we only have 4 more hours left before our broken ribs are healed. That's good news. So let's just fucking pass that time until they're all better. There we go. We are now past the broken ribs. Problem solved. Took a while. But we're good now. All right. Check the condition of the clothing. We seem all right for a while. So we have 42 reclaimed wood. No longer have 5 coal. I've used it. I'm going to take these tins of coffee with us wherever we go. They're very light. Yeah. We can make more coffees as we need more coffees. Take the arrow shafts and the arrows themselves. Arrow shafts and arrowheads. I'll take 4 sewing kits and 5 sewing kits, and we'll just say we have 2 sewing kits and 2 whetstones left here. And we're going to take them to Coastal Highway, where we're going to have like our main base, so to speak. Quote unquote main base. Don't need the cans. Okay. Now, we gotta grab all the stuff that we deposited before. It should be in here. All right. Unfortunately, we're already pretty heavily loaded. But on top of that, we need to grab meat and water for the road. So we're going to be pretty heavy. Four liters of water. Harvest the arrow. Yeah, we're going to be extremely encumbered. Hello, Delta Ray. Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday, too. How are you doing? I'm looking for full kilograms, so we get the most out of each carried piece. Your scent rating is the same. If you have 8 steaks and they're all half-kilogram steaks, you'll have a scent rating of 2. But if you have 8 steaks and they're all 1 kilogram, like full kilogram steaks, you'll still only have a scent rating of 2. Although I think 8 is the amount you can have where you still only have 1 bar of scent, and then if you have a 9th steak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God damn, where's a kilogram? There we go. Yeah, I have 1 bar of scent. We're gonna have to use the travois quite heavily for this, though. I can't leave like this. Not really, we'll be way too slow. So we're gonna bide our time until this blizzard has ended. And then we'll head out. Oh, right, and I still need to take the moose hide with me and everything. Should probably take the bear hide too, but... Oh, God. 65 kilos? That weighs 5? Dude, I didn't notice that. A moose hide weighs 5 fucking kilograms. Jesus. Okay. That's nuts, buddy. That's knuckin' futs. Anyway, we're gonna drop our rations right here for a sec. Then we're gonna drop the moose hide and the bear hide so they continue curing, and we're gonna pass time until this blizzard is over. And then I can leave for Coastal Highway. Preferably until we have good weather. Because, like, traveling in flurries, you know, it's not ideal. We're going to have to take the road. I can't go cross-country. I can't do off-roading. We're going to be using the travois. It's damaged enough as it is. But once we get to Coastal Highway, I can deposit a lot of the shit that we've been hauling around. I won't need to take, like, everything, you know? We're almost Archery 5 as well. I don't think I'm getting better visibility for this walk. Seems unlikely at this point. All right. Take a drink. Grab the hides. Take our meat. Put down the travois. I'll be considerably less encumbered after this. All right. Now, I need to grab a cooking pot before we leave. So we no longer have a cooking pot here. Did my travois just despawn? Wait. And it's saved too, like I saved that. Yeah, my travois despawned. They said they fixed that. Apparently there's supposed to be a lost and found box. Where's the lost and found box? Hang on. Outside of the farmhouse on the front porch, apparently. Yeah, like I put everything good into that travois. Lost and found. Oh, thank God. Okay. God bless them for putting that in the fucking game, eh? Like, straight up, God bless them for that. But, look. My travois was at, like, 50% condition. It was at, like, 54 or 64. Now it's at 30 fucking 9. We just got royally screwed over by that. Good God. Yeah, that's unfair. I don't know why the Travois got so damaged. Like... Anyway, let's grab the cooking pot. It is really shitty what just happened, but at the very least, I am grateful that I didn't lose everything that was in there. The lost and found box is a nice mechanic. It just really sucks that now the Travois might not make the trip. All right, let's go. We are going to freeze a lot on this journey. There's no way around it. We're doing pretty good, Delta Ray. We're doing all right. I mean, we suffered a little bug there, but fortunately, Hinterland, the devs, they had like a back door. So the Travois has been known at times to fall through the ground and you'd lose all your stuff. But fortunately, they have a lost and found system implemented where if that happens, you can collect all your stuff and you don't lose anything. So like, God bless for that, right? We're okay. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. That's the first time I've ever had a Travois dip through the terrain like that. God damn, we do have 30 viewers. My live chat said like 14. Yeah, it's YouTube's glitchy lately. I do want deer hides for the purpose of repairing the Travois, but I just can't risk it. We gotta keep moving. As things stand, we're gonna freeze quite a bit before we get to Thompson's Crossing. And I don't feel safe going into a shelter to warm up. Not if I know that my fucking Travois could fall through the ground. Anytime you go inside and come back outside, you're taking a risk if you leave the Travois deployed. Hi, Tai Tai. Do you want to go outside? Want to go outside? All right, hang on, buddy. Yeah, moving to Coastal Highway is really hard. We had a lot of stuff that we wanted to bring, like 60 kilograms worth of stuff, and getting the moose hide made it even worse. Like, we're carrying so much around. At the very least, once we get there, it's done, right? But we have to get there. That's the issue. The only thing that really sucks for me is knowing that we lost 25% of our travois durability when we should not have. Like, that was pure glitch grief. Just like the cougar battle that we had. Pure glitch grief. And I feel like Hinterland needs to address these glitch grief things. It's not, the game's not done until that stuff's fixed. They have no right to move on to Long Dark 2 until Long Dark 1 is squared away in the Hall of Fame of well done games. And it's so close. That's why I'm saying this, is because I feel like it's so close to being perfected. They just fix Aurora animal behavior and the travois thing, and we're good. Other than that, there's no death walls anymore. There's no griefy bullshit. Those are the last two grief-fueled bullshit occurrences that still happen. And if they can fix those, then they can hang their heads high, hold their heads high in the acknowledgement that they not only crossed the finish line, but they did it with distinction. Hopefully they don't neglect it. You know, hopefully they do wrap it up the right way before focusing entirely on Long Dark 2. %27 on our fucking travois. Oh, this thing's gonna fucking break before we get there because of that glitch. That really sucks. It was at 39, so we lost 12% just getting here. There's no way in hell that I reach the Quonset with this thing. Which is pretty fucking painful. We need it just to get around. I had to just dump everything. I can't leave the travois out there, not even if it means getting away from that wolf a little bit faster. Now we'll go back out, grab our shit, rest, and then we'll have to pack it up again and go. Unfortunately, repairing it requires a deer hide, and I don't even have one, so... Oh man, I don't deserve this grief. I should, by rights, have a travois all the way to the Quonset garage. I should. Really profoundly unfair. I know life's not fair, but games aren't life. They're fake life. They should be, and they have like tiny contained ecosystems of function. I feel like bugs in games should be intolerable. It should be the industry standard to like deeply shame a long-term presence of bugs. So like when you're playing Ark Survival Evolved and your manta that you tamed is beaching itself 8 years after the game, like that's never been fixed. There's people losing their mantas in Ark Survival Ascended, and that was a problem in Ark Survival Evolved like 10 years ago. It's still a problem. They never fixed it, never addressed it, never bothered. I feel like that should be like everybody's automatically entitled to a 25% refund of the game's purchase price because you fucked the dog and screwed it up. I feel like that's how it should be. That's the amount of pressure we should put on developers to do things properly. Maybe that sounds extreme, but I actually believe that. Otherwise, what's the incentive, right? What's the incentive for devs to fix glitches if there's no penalty for failing to? We gotta wait out this blizzard before we can leave again. Hello, Elijah. We suffered a shitty bug, buddy, but I mean, other than that, the episode's going well. We've hunted another moose, so we have a second moose hide. We've hunted a bear. We had our travois fall through the terrain, though, and we had to retrieve it and the contents of it at the lost and found box at the farmstead. And it sucks because we would have had enough durability on the travois to get us all the way to Coastal Highway at the Quonset garage. But when we picked up our travois, it was significantly damaged, like extremely damaged. It lost roughly 25% of its remaining condition just because it fell through the earth and we picked it up in the lost and found. It was ridiculous. It was so unfair, dude. All right, let's get kill crazy. Come on. That's what you get. There's a lot of wolves around here, and I feel like I shouldn't even try to take the travois out yet. I don't know what Mega Hunt Finals is. I haven't played Roblox. No, I shot him with an arrow. I weakened him. He was, I missed the headshot. Why? What's your point? You got something to say, bro? Are you inferring a sub-insulting subtext to your statement, huh? What are you trying to say, bro? You think I'm losing my touch, huh? I don't think the weather's getting any better for this walk, unfortunately. Oh, wow. The weather's better for this walk. Isn't that great? Okay. Come on. What are you doing? Got it. All right. Well, let's go. A contest to $1 million, huh? Don't get me wrong, I want $1 million, but I want to work hard to get there. Yeah. I don't need one lucky break. I just need to break my back for one lucky decade. I'll have $1 million. You guys wait and see. We're gonna have giveaway live streams one day. I'll have so much that we'll be able to give away. And I'll never donate to charities. I'll only give you guys stuff. Yeah, we'll have like contests and and those where you draw like a name, like a raffle. Yeah, I'll never give to charities because most charities are scams. And money laundering operations. A lot of charities are for money laundering. God, I'm so worried about our fucking travois. It sucks. Well, Meow Meow's young, you know. A lot of memes, a lot of GIFs. Just the way that they are. Pretty sure Meow Meow's a weeb too, like an anime person. One of those ooh-woo people, you know? Hang on, I might be able to take a little shortcut. I'm very surprised the travois hasn't gotten stuck. This is a great shortcut to know about, though. I'm going to use that more in the future, I think. It's not that much of a shortcut, but it is a minor one. Ooh. Yeah. It sucks because we definitely had enough durability on the travois to get to the Quonset before it fell through the ground and glitched out. That royally screwed us over. Now we're gonna have a much harder time getting there. And it sucks because I was excited to end this stream once we got to the Quonset and then like move to Schedule 1. I want to play more Schedule 1, but it's just gonna make it harder to get there. You never know. Maybe the travois will make the trip, but given the fact that we've lost this much durability already, I'm highly doubtful of that. And my health is only getting worse too. One of the things I'm really excited about is that leading into the future of my channel, you guys are never gonna have to worry about a slanderous scandal with me. Yeah, I'm too good to be unfaithful to my wife, too smart to make stupid decisions. Well, you might have to deal with articles about me being a white supremacist, racist, misogynist, transphobe, fucking anti-Semite or whatever. Like, obviously all of that's gonna happen no matter what. Like, if you know, but there's never gonna be any, like, I feel really bad about mentioning this because I kind of like the guy and I feel like he got a raw deal, but I'll never have a doctor disrespect situation, right? Just one of those random things that I'm thinking about right now where I'm like, you know what? It's great that I am who I am and I never have to worry about fucking up my own public perception. What you see is what you get. Oh, this sucks. Well, we're gonna burn through a lot of fuel here, but that's why we carry the jerry can on us at all times. I kind of need to. Because honestly, the simple fact that I can't loot anything without light means that I can't travel without a jerry can. I need to be able to top up the lantern all the time. God, 62 fucking kilograms encumbered. And my Travois is down to 16% of its durability now. That's nice and all, but I thought, hang on, buddy, we're gonna sell some meth, I promise. Yeah, just let me get to the Quonset garage, and then we're gonna sell some meth. Oh yeah, I searched this cave already, technically. Good, that means I don't have to look around, I can just pass through. I just don't think trans people are real. Like, I think that the people they are, what they call their dead name is who they really are. And I think that they're just, like, ruining who they are for no good reason. I feel like universally, we as a society always say you need to accept yourself and you need to love yourself. And that's kind of the central pivotal point of good self-esteem. We talk all the time about self-esteem, but whether or not you love yourself, it's so funny how we'll tell a young man, oh, you don't need to be muscular, you don't need to be 6 feet tall. Yes, there are people who prefer muscular 6 foot tall men, but you'll find someone who loves you for you, so you should learn to love yourself so they can. Yet, with trans people, we're like, oh, you know what? You're right. You're fucking disgusting. We got to cut off your dick and balls. We got to pump you full of hormones. I mean, it's not right that you have to be stuck with who you are. You should have the right to mutilate yourself, to chemically comprise your biology and physiology. Yeah, we're there for you. Like, that's letting a teenager trans themselves is like giving steroids to a teenage boy who's skinny and insecure. It's no different. It is no fucking different. Nothing. There's nothing different about it. It is a refusal to accept oneself at face value and a desire to change oneself that is so strong that they're willing to betray their own physiology, neurology, and hormonal balance to achieve a result that is culturally formed and therefore inauthentic. That's it. Any teenage boy who wants to be muscular and 6 feet tall and who gets surgeries and uses steroids to accomplish that, we would say that person had a problem, a severe problem. So why do we have a double standard for trans people? It's weird. Oh, I'm just glad I'm sane. I can't imagine what it would be like to just be one of those radicals who, you know? Yeah. You know what? I am transphobic. I'm not afraid of trans people. Like, they're often comedic in their way. Like, when you see a grown man in a wig going, "It's ma'am," in GameStop, that's funny. But the notion of transitioning a child horrifies me. I view it the same way I view the abortion of a baby. You're sacrificing a life to a demon in exchange for something. It's like offering a tribute to a dark and evil god. That's how I view the act of transitioning a child or a teenager. It's no different than the Aztecs putting a baby on an altar and cutting its heart out. It's the same fucking thing. A sacrifice to Moloch, as they say. Yeah, Mary got old fart. Daily politics with Tom, damn straight. Oh, Zach Nafkine banned you for transphobia? Well, I mean, come on, right? I don't know. You can tell by looking at the guy that he's got the bend over backwards kind of look. Like he's submissive to cultural pressure. He doesn't have a backbone look. All right, we have to continue on here. Unfortunately, no way around it. All right, drop that. Load it up. All right, let's go. Honestly, if I had patrons who were trans, I would always tell them that I appreciate their support, but that they need to support themselves the same way. Like, I would flat out, even if I would rather risk losing their money than enable their own self-destruction. And that's it. I'd rather tell them every single day, I appreciate your help, but God, please help yourself. Get the hell out of this corrupted, twisted, darkened mindset that you're currently in. And just accept yourself at face value for who you are. All right, let's take all this stuff and go downhill. We need to get to the road, and then when we're at the road, we might actually be able to get the rest of the way to the Quonset. I already know I have to go, like, leftward, right? Okay, let's deploy the travois, fill it up, we'll go left a little bit, and then go downhill more later. All right, 24 kilograms in the travois. It's bleeding durability. More durability every second, it seems. Well, in my mind, it's noble, Elijah. To somebody else's perspective, I'm evil incarnate. It's the way of the world. Ideological differences and whatnot. Well, we're already at the log sort, but I highly doubt that we're going to make it all the way to the Quonset with the remaining durability of the travois, but I will attempt it at least. All right, let's empty it, collect it. I think that the biggest problem with Christianity was how You know how the more you push something on someone, the more they resent it and reject it? I heard stories from like my mom and my aunt and several elder family members that being in a Catholic school like 50 years ago, you would regularly get abused. If you spoke out or asked questions that they didn't like you asking, they would like whip you with a ruler in front of the entire class. Like that guy Warren, there's a guy named Warren who lost his job at a university a couple of years ago because he taught critical thinking to a student and asked him why he thought Secret Scholar Society or something is his channel name. But anyway, this guy Warren, I heard him say a quote yesterday that really resonated with me. He said, the things you're sure of are the things you need to question most because they're your blind spot. And I think that the biggest problem with Christians and with radical liberals is having too much conviction and being so sure of yourself that you drift into egotistical hubris territory or condescension territory. I think the most dangerous thing about belief is that when our beliefs are too strong, they become a moral blind spot, and we start to rationalize that it's okay to condescend people, to look down on people, to treat people like shit because their beliefs aren't in alignment with our own. And I think that radical liberalism is a result of radical Christianity, right? Because love your neighbor only went so far. For most people, being Christian was an excuse to be a dick. And like I'm totally team Christian. I believe in God. I believe that when we pray, we're speaking to someone, requesting guidance from someone. I'm totally on that team, but I also recognize the sort of radicalism that there has been in Christianity in the past. And I think that it's important to admit that so that we understand where radical liberalism probably came from, you know? Yeah, very true, Elijah. That's true. Not a lot of people who could control their anger or violence is a good way to put it. Yeah, indeed, Zuzi. Indeed. I totally agree. I feel like the biggest mistake Christianity made was telling people they're gonna burn in hell. What they should have been telling people was that if you cut yourself off from God, then you will be the author of your own loneliness, your own misery. And God doesn't want that for you. He loves you. He wants you to have a relationship with him, to trust your future with him, to let him take the wheel and guide you to a more prosperous future, and to raise you out of whatever hell you currently find yourself in, because that's God's job. You believe in God, and God can help you, but if you don't believe in him, he can't reach you, because Satan is severing that tie, and that's what Satan wants, is to disconnect you from God. And that's what hell is the state mentally of being disconnected and severed from God because of Satan's machinations, you know? Okay, 11% on the travois. We might make it without the travois breaking. It looks like it. Just barely. My health is terrible, but I can fix that. We can pop a stim and then take a couple birch bark and an herbal tea and we'll be tip-top again. To me, I feel most normal people don't think about what kids want to do with their PP while playing video games. Well, I don't want my kids in the future to have their PP cut off because they were indoctrinated into wanting it. I think that genital mutilation is genital mutilation, and it's a crime against humanity. And there is a moral obligation to oppose it, in every form. As a kid, Tay, I was drugged with Ritalin between the ages of 5 and 11. And I had to watch as I grew older and became a teenager and got a crippling depression, which was probably caused by the Ritalin. Okay, so it's not that I'm just against drugging kids with hormones. I'm against drugging kids for everything. Because I saw firsthand, experienced firsthand the damage that the Ritalin did to me when I was a kid. Because of the fiction of ADHD being a disease we have to medicate. And now all I see is a fiction of transgenderism being used to justify the genital mutilation and hormonal drugging of children, who are going to end up increasingly emotionally volatile, disconnected from goodness, and isolated in their own confusion because of it. It's evil. It's a manifestation of pure evil. Yeah, that's how I view it too, Elijah. It's like a voluntary rejection. In the end, our ability to voluntarily reject God is very important. We would just be a fascist species with no will and no control if God forced us to love him. And choosing to love him is the only way that we can receive the blessings he can provide. But we can also choose to listen to the whispers of Satan. Choose to reject God, reject the sanctity of life. Choose to support abortion, choose to support transgenderism, all the crazy stuff that claims children on the altar of sacrifice. All right, well, we made it. Thankfully, we're here. All right, let's deposit shit now. We got to clean up our inventory significantly. And I mean, I've heard a lot of people like Tay boil it down to, why are you thinking about kids' pee-pees? Are you a pedophile? Are you gay? But then if it's true that I shouldn't be thinking about a kid's pee-pee, as they put it, why are they? Why do they want kids to be able to transition and cut off their genitals and hormonally fuck themselves up? It's like, it's a problem when I have a problem with it, but it's not a problem to them when they want it to be allowed. It's a double standard, and it's void of any critical thought whatsoever. Rules for thee, but not for me, in purest form. Simple truth is, if the left wasn't obsessed with children's pee-pees, then they wouldn't be pushing to allow children to transition. And what we are is the attempted antidote to that corrupt evil fixation. Somebody's got to think of the fucking kids instead of thinking about social brownie points. All right, let's pop an emergency stim. Get some health back. Pass time. Now we're going to drink 2 Birch Bark Teas and an herbal tea so that we get a shitload of health back. And I feel like what Tay exhibited here perfectly, Tay Merc exhibited a sin of omission, right? A sin of commission is when you punch someone in the face. A sin of omission is when you see a woman getting raped and you don't lift a finger to stop it. When you see something evil happening and you choose to let it happen and ignore it, that's a sin of omission. And in Christianity, sins of omission are considered more grave than sins of commission. It is worse to watch evil than it is to commit it yourself. Because if enough people do that, then we can create society-wide dystopias, as we currently have, right? It's pretty much because of sins of omission and people being willfully ignorant that we have the problems that we have today. Anyway, guys, we're going to call this stream here, and we're going to start playing Schedule 1 again. We did great today. We suffered broken ribs, but we hunted the moose, we hunted the bear, we got to Coastal Highway, we can deposit all of our heavy shit. We're now much better off for the rest of the game. We are going to construct a meat curing box so that we can produce travel rations, which will really come in handy in the future. We're going to prepare to barter with the trader to get more matches, right? We're still sitting on a pretty good stockpile, but it's only going to last so long. We need to get the wolf skin pants schematic from the trader as well, so we're going to have to trade for that. And, you know, we'll explore around Coastal Highway and Desolation Point a little bit. We're going to seek out some additional loot. We're going to craft our moose hide coat, right? The cloak. So we have a lot to do here in Coastal Highway before we're ready to set our sights on Bleak Inlet and Broken Railroad and the Far Territory regions. Yeah, we got a lot to do. All right. For now, though, I want to go sell some meth. So I'll meet you guys in the stream that I'm going to start in like 20 minutes. Schedule 1. I hope to see you guys there. Anyway, take care, rock on, and peace out for now, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.